Hello and welcome to all you Aquarians. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for August 2014. And what will happen around August? Well, there are a couple of things, including a full moon in your sign. So if you have planets or an ascendant around 18 degrees, you will definitely feel that this is a time when you have your heart on your sleeve, you could say. Or is that the expression? Because it's the moon in your sign and the sun in the opposite sign, which always makes people more open and more emotional, you could say. Not necessarily in a bad way, it's just that you won't hide yourself on an emotional level, and you can express yourself better or more open and more sincere with the full moon in your sign. And that will be around the 10th. So that's a little detail there. But what else? I think the most significant thing in general for the general horoscopes is that Saturn is making an conjunction with Uranus. Now what does it mean? Those two planets, they are totally different from each other. Saturn is about the old, Uranus is about the new. Saturn is about restrictions, limitations, discipline, hard work, and Uranus is sudden, and it's about liberating oneself. It's about change on a drastic level. So those two don't really understand each other, and in an conjunction it makes it even more challenging. So in conjunction, what is that? That is an aspect between two planets that cannot be merged. But the thing is, and it's a bit funny that an individual who has a transit of an inconjunction or in a natal chart, they will do anything to merge those two energies. But the thing is, it's not supposed to be merged, period. It's supposed to be felt and to be experienced independently in order to know themselves better, to know yourself better. That's in a nutshell what a inconjunction is all about. It's about growth, it's about knowledge. So people with a lot of inconjunctions can really work hard to know themselves, and by understanding that they cannot merge two things, it's impossible. Now, what does it mean in a very practical level for an Aquarian? Now, this Saturn for you, for Aquarians, is in your 10th house. So for a lot of Aquarians, that will have to do with career. A lot of Aquarians that are restructuring their career, or that having more responsibilities when it comes to their career, or maybe are deciding that they want a different career and they are still in the same old career, but they are shifting. Especially when Saturn goes out of Scorpio, the shift will be made. So a lot is going on for Aquarians when it comes to career, for those who are having careers and having jobs. So that's one thing. And with the Uranus for you is in your 3rd house, which is communication. So you're discovering new ways of communicating, maybe through social network, because the 3rd house is a very communicative network house. And those two, what I talked about, the networking and the communication, the freedom that you find there, the freedom that you find in general in the way that you speak, the way that you receive information and process information, is in some way difficult to merge with work. What can that be? Very practical, it could be that you have some ideas and you can't put them into practice at work. For instance, I mean, there are millions of combinations, but that's just to give you the flavor. So it's those things that can happen to Aquarians, or maybe things of their social status. They don't have the social status that they want, but there is also things going on when it comes to how you want to communicate to people that are very close to you, and in some way that clashes. So whenever that happens, it's supposed to be that way, and it means that you're not there yet to merge the new with the old. That is as simple as that. it's just as it is, and you can't change it now, but it means that you can change it hopefully in the near future, because this is an aspect that is specifically for August, so it's not going to last forever. But it's for all of us a bit of a struggle between the new and the old on some kind of level. So with you, probably work and probably communication, something, or maybe the way that you communicate at work is not really your style and you want to do that differently, but you're not there yet. You have to give yourself a bit of time to blend it in the future, those two things that you want to blend. But all this is quite not easy to explain maybe, but there's also other stuff that is very easy to explain and is very smoothly energy, and that is Venus in Leo, and also where Jupiter already is in Leo, which is your opposite sign. So you've got two nice planets there, and Venus is there as from around the 13th. So Venus in your 7th house is really, really nice together with Jupiter. It means that you have certainly the possibility to open up to other people, to see also that the people that you are, let's say your loved one, that you really understand now how blessed you are, and that you really understand how good they are for you and how meaningful they are and how lovely they are. Because it's always, you know, the grass is always greener. It can also mean that if you are single, that you can meet someone who's very nice, who's very easygoing, who's very positive, who's very Jupiterian Venus-like, who's very beautiful, and or who's coming from a different culture with Jupiter there. So, but whether you are in a relationship or not in a relationship, or maybe if you've had struggles in relationship, it's certainly a time that that you can ease the pain, you could say, that you can talk with each other and you can understand each other, and you understand how meaningful you are for each other as well. So it's quite smoothly for a relationship. So if you had a rough time, this is a really a pause, you could say, and an improvement. Not only a pause, but an improvement. And the last thing, but not least, so that's Venus as from the 13th up until the whole month, and especially around the 18th, 19th, it's if you want to meet someone, go out around that time, around the 18th, because then the two are together, Venus and Jupiter, so that makes a double lucky, you could say. So go out there and meet people. And the last thing I want to say is the Mars in Scorpio as well. So Mars will be joining Saturn in that 10th house again. So this is also very focused energy. It's for the whole month. And what does it mean? Mars and Saturn is quite tough. It makes people who've got this in a chart, it can really show that a person works very hard for their own identity and ego, more ego, you know, the things that they want to do. So I think when it comes to work, it's a time where you learn, you Aquarians, to not be too submissive and to not be too powerful. So not be either the one or the other, but being very assertive, because Mars and Saturn is about how you use your Mars, how you use how you do your actions, what you do in life, and Saturn is the mastering planet. So that's the positive side. You can really work very hard to accomplish what you want, but working very, very hard and very, very focused, and then you will accomplish what you want. But it's also frustrating energy. So if it's going more the negative way of being frustrated at work and not really, you want to do something different but you really can't, you're not there yet, it's a bit frustrated energy, but it's there because you're not there yet 100%, and you still have to do the adjustments and the working hard about, you know, what you want, because Mars is also desire, what you want in life. So a very interesting month for August. If you are interested in astrology and you want to know more about this Mars Saturn that I just talked about, and you want to know more about Jupiter in Leo, I've put 2 links below of other videos I made separately. And if you want a reading, just get in touch, of course. Thank you very much, you Aquarians, for watching, and see you next month. Bye bye.